Welcome dear students. Today we are going to understand some things about New Educational Policy 2020. Recently, the central government has approved the implementation of New Education Policy. So what are these New Education Policy? What are its benefits? What are its problems? We have to understand that. And before that, how many education policies after independence India have introduced, right? And why education policy is necessity in current scenario? What are our aim? So this education policy 2020 have a major aim by making India as a global knowledge superpower. We have knowledge, even we have resources also, but we are not able to register that thing, and that's why we most of time have patents and research related issues. Okay, so tackle this situation and some revamp in education policy, we understand the new education policy 2020, right? So for that purpose, recently government has renamed its ministry, right? Because previously Ministry of Education was known as Ministry of Human Resource and Development. So this ministry has been renamed as Ministry of Education. Am I right? Ministry of Education. So what is Ministry of Education and why this renaming is? Because Ministry of HRD is not related with the, is not aware in the illiterate people, so they don't know, correct? And so proper understanding of that particular responsibilities, government has renamed that ministry as Ministry of Education, right? So recently government has changed the structure, am I right? So what is previous structure and what government is offering now? We have to understand this, right? So look at here, I'll tell you. Previously we have formula of 10 plus 2. Which is that formula? 10 plus 2. Correct? So basic education till 10th standard, after plus 2, and then graduation and then post graduation. This is the formula which we are experiencing. Right now government has introduced 4 stages of education, right? So what are these 4 stages? First is foundation stage. First one is foundation stage, right? Second one is preparatory stage, right? The third one is middle stage and then secondary stage. Okay, so now the formula becomes, which is 10 plus 2, now the formula becomes 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2. Correct? Sorry, plus 4, plus 2, plus 4. Okay, so till the age, first 5 years of foundational schooling, then 3 years of preparatory schooling, 3 years of middle schooling and 4 years of secondary schooling. In short stage, we can define, that means first after 3 to 6 years, when a child is born and when he is of 3 years, okay, he can be resumed to Anganwadi, nursery, preschooling, right? Then that means till 3 years, after 3 years, 3 to 6 years, these activities has been done. Then after that 2 years, that means standard 2, class 1 and 2, we can see here, class 1 and 2 is there, that means ages 6 to 8. So in your first 5 year stages, right, in your first 5 year stages, there is a division of 3 and 2. So this 5 years considered as your foundation course, right? Then after 3 years, it considered as class 3 to 5, इयत्ता तीसरी ते पांचवी, तीसरी कक्षा से लेके पांचवी कक्षा तक, ओके, वो आपका प्रिपरेटरी स्टेज हो जाएगा. उसके बाद 3 ईयर, मतलब क्लास 6, 7 एंड 8, ओके, दैट मीन्स एज 11 टू 14, right? And after that 4 years means class 9 to 12, 9th, 10th, 11 and 12th. That means जो आपका 10th स्टैंडर्ड का बोर्ड था उसका वैल्यूएशन कम हो गया, अभी आपका 12th स्टैंडर्ड काफी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा. सो एक प्रेशर रिलीज करने की भी वो चीज थी. देन ऑल दीज लेवल्स गवर्नमेंट हैज ट्राई टू इनकलकेट सम basic fundamentals in the learning, and these fundamentals is like experiential learning, mathematics, art, social sciences, and multiple exit options has been given to students in this new education policy. Okay, my dear student, this is very important topic. There are many questions was asked in previous papers in UPSC related to MPSC. Then this year also we have some thinking that there should be question on implementation of this policy. Am I right? So the policy aims to provide 360-degree holistic progress card so that students can be prepared for the competing age, and they should have various sort of options in their learning. Okay, my dear students. Okay, what are the changes has been done in this particular new education policy? So the MPhil course will be discontinued. Okay, before there will be option of MPhil. Now NET is mandatory if you have to do PhD, right? So in higher schooling education also, government has introduced some changes, and these changes like must mandatory PhD for graduate and postgraduate students, right? So government is also announced Higher Education Commission of India, HECI, we can say, you can remember as HECI, so that it will be easy to understand. Then establishment of MERUs. MERUs means to multidisciplinary education and research universities. These universities should be planned to be established in new education policy. There is also academic bank of credits, and so that transfer of credits will be easy for the student. Then what are the multiple choices of students have, and we can more say that what are the implications of this new education policy, what are the changes we are expecting. So we required for that technology in education. For this technology in education, various state governments, various union territories have established some technical perspectives to give online education to the students. Okay, some have established digital channels, some have established apps, some states have given free tablets, DVDs, pen drives, so that education should not be hampered. If you want to understand what are that, you should go to the I button. We have uploaded that video regarding the government initiatives in digital education. So technology, the use of technology in education is the primary aim of new education policy. Then teacher education is also important. Okay, so by 2030, the minimum qualification for becoming a teacher was 4-year integrated B.Ed degree. If you have the 4-year of B.Ed degree, then and then you will be able to become a teacher. This is minimum qualification prescribed in new education policy. Financial support, there should be a financial support. See, today's date we also have the financial support, but now this system has been properly channelized. And professional education, okay, standalone technical universities, health science universities, legal agricultural universities, okay, this institution should become multidisciplinary, correct? That means one student can get knowledge in agriculture, at the similar time he should get knowledge in medical science as well. Is that clear, my dear student? Okay, so what is the what aims to new education policy? New education policy aims to facilitate an inclusive, participatory and holistic approach which takes into consideration field experiences, empirical research, stakeholders feedback, as well as lessons learned from best practices in the country, that should give a students new outlook and new approach in this competing world. So my dear students, today we have tried to understand new education policy from different perspectives, right? The reason behind this, UPSC mains exam and MPSC mains exam have some sort on education, some importance on education, and this policy will definitely give you added advantage. So thank you, my dear students, for your support. I'll request you to like, subscribe and share this video with all the students in your contact so that they can attach with us, with our institute, and we will happy to guide them. Thank you so much.